Motels are reaping record amounts for housing the homeless, tens of millions of dollars every month. The government's spend on motels has nearly tripled over the last year, with each stay costing on average 20% more than a year ago. Taxpayers have paid one Auckland motel a total of $6 million, despite the property itself being valued at less than $2 million. And with a record 14,000 people on the state housing waiting list, the government's motel bill is showing no signs of slowing down.
Tucked behind the Otahuhu shops, 21 Park Avenue doesn't jump out as a multi-million-dollar motel. Washing dries on balconies, kids play in the car park, and inside the communal kitchens are sparse and rooms are basic. Housing people in motels was supposed to be a short-term solution to the ballooning waitlist for state housing, a way to stop people being forced to sleep in their cars or on the street. But they've become a lucrative windfall for moteliers. Sandeep Kaur is the manager here and says the high demand brings high price tags. Auckland Astro Residences has received the biggest government cheque for housing the homeless, receiving more than $6 million over the past 3 years. That's $1.5 million more than the second highest earning motel, and the QV valuation for this property is just $1.7 million.
The government spent a record amount on emergency housing last year to accommodate those in need. A staggering $356 million was paid out to motels and hostels to put a roof over their heads. There are just under 10,000 New Zealanders now living in emergency accommodation, including 4,500 children.
The Blue Water Hotel in Napier accommodates 400 local people. 5 motels and hotels paid the most for emergency housing in 2021 received more than $26 million. M Central Apartments in Manukau was paid nearly $7 million. Kerr's Motel and Homestay in Manukau, $6 million. The Anglesea Motel in Hamilton, $5 million. Hamilton's Highgate Motel, $4.5 million.
A young person in state care lived in a motel for more than 600 days until suitable accommodation could be found. Other young people spent up to 200 nights in motels across the country as it was considered the best option for them.
Oh, look, I think it's incredibly confronting for anyone that is seeing homelessness, in many cases hopelessness, for the first time in some cases as well, that these are not a situation that anyone, let alone our government, wants people to be living in. What is working is that we are actually starting to rebuild our public housing stock, that you can have emergency housing, you can have transitional housing, but what you've got to have at the other end of that is more public housing. This is not a situation that anybody wants to be in. If I had a magic wand, we would have no one in emergency housing.